Hello, here we go. Again, we start our new project, new program. Where was it? Where we left? We left when I offered to get this new business, a restaurant in England. It was on sale, ongoing concern. As you probably know from my last program, I paid a lot of money for it, all my saving gone. I borrowed some money from the bank, and in the same time I was paying my mortgage in the new house. It was a small mortgage anyway. It was my first experience. I mean, working overseas in the big companies and a large number of people and a la carte people as well, important VIPs, but it is going to be my own. So the ex-chef owner left, gone for his own business, and I took over. It was June. Fortunately, it was quiet because I was adapting for the new kitchen equipment and surrounding, and I was listening from the old people, previous staff. I kept it, some of them, and I decided which one I will go and keep it. So I asked whoever wants to stay with me and leave. And the night manager has left, and day manager has left, and a couple of people, waiter and waitress, left, and I stay with the plonge girl, the cleaning lady, and at the same time she's helping for washer up dishes and pans and pots, and also evening cashier stayed, and she comes weekends only. So my wife, she was going to do the cashier during the week time, not lunchtime. Lunchtime I was doing it the same time in the kitchen. But my main concern was my own menu. Of course, previous owner had his own specialties, and I kept some of them, easy ones, as a starter. But as my characteristic food, I kept it. So I was looking for a supplier. Which supplier? The butcher is most important, plus greengrocer, and plus fishmonger. And I had the list. So we did a little bit decorations, added from ourselves. We could change the curtains, things like that. And the table were all right. The cutlery were all right. The wine cellar was low. So first I made my own menu. I put my specialties, also one quick ones. Frozen legs, frog legs and escargot. It's very popular. Everybody demands. It's very easy for me as well. I put my pate. It takes some time to prepare the pate. So while I was preparing it, there was a business lunch I discovered very, very important. So this was after June. So autumn was coming. And when the days getting shorter and darker and cooler outside, the business people start coming from around the area. Of course, we put what we are making on the menu, business lunch. It is a reduced price. Soup, my favorite, French onion soup, gratiné. No one does it properly. I make it from the chicken stock and vegetable stock. It took very popular with the crouton. And I had my own salads. I made a quick dish like pasta, because pasta goes very well. Pesto sauce, olive oil and pignoli nuts and basil. Sorry, it took very well. Some people just having that, and plus glass of wine. Sometimes 4 of them start one bottle of wine. And aperitif, usually we don't make a cocktail, but they were asking for a beer. You know, British people always ask for a beer. Not a lager, yellow, bitter. But it was getting popular, the lager. Anyway, plus we were thinking for the evening. Evening was quieter at the beginning, and the people hesitated with the new guy came and what's going to be. So you have to be careful when you open a new job, new restaurant on your own. You have to know demographic area. Of course, as I told you before, I went to see my old city club members. I left a few money there. So they said they promised they were coming. And also one of my acquaintance told me that you have to distribute some leaflet, print some announcement saying that Matthew Alpay starting a new business there, French, and a few specialties. And the prices we give a small company. So they went to the rich people area, the villas. They distributed for a fortnight. Anyway, I was quite adamant I'm going to have a success, because I had really in the previous experience very tough time, crisis everywhere, and tired. But I was on my own business, my family next to me, children coming to help me in the kitchen sometimes. They were small, they were primary school, finished, they had middle school, 2 ladies. Of course, when I had a bad time, I was thinking always what I was doing in a very difficult condition in the middle of the desert. You see me? Yeah, it's a Saudi. I mean, about 9 months I was there. Got 3 months, 3.5 months. And away from my family, no telephone. So I was thinking all these things, all these bad days. And then I said, oh, I am in heaven. Of course, more people say, oh, this is delicious. Can we see the chef? So chef came out, say, hello, how are you? Lunchtime was quite good, but the weeknights, quieter. And sometimes we will stay without any customer at all. Sometimes suddenly, one after one. So you have to be ready all the time. Of course, the cashier and same time is the barmaid. She was supposed to be offering the drinks, what they want. Fortunately, British always start with something, sherry mostly. Men have a bitter or sometimes lager. We don't have a keg, we have the bottled beer. And also ask specialties, and we give them. In Saturday nights, I used to give them a little canapé, amuse-bouche, and it did start very well. And during the week time, the VIP customer, I used to give them some amuse-bouche. While drinking their aperitif, they eat something appetizer, but not heavy ones, you know, because they stop. Then sometimes I go, they want to see me. I suggest what specialty, and from the Hotel Saint in Belgium, I had mostly heavy preparation. You know, I used to prepare my own pate. Of course, I started there as well, and I suggested this is my own pate, and it took very well. It did took very well, yes. And I had the pate campagne, and I had the venison sometimes, and duck pate, my specialty. And of course, it takes quite tired sometimes. You need the proper equipment. French onion soup. In the winter time it took nicely. And I used to make it. And the lady was helping me in the kitchen. While she was doing the dishwasher, she was helping me in the kitchen as I make a mise en place. But I needed another pair of hands in the kitchen. Can't go like that. So I asked my old pal in the kitchen. We used to work in Algeria, and he was available. He came and to give me a hand. Of course, he got some ideas as well, and we started to work together. And we were doing very well. In the first 6 months, plus the winter time, it was chock-a-block. And the weekends, especially Sunday lunch, I was opening Sunday lunch as well. So Sunday lunch full booked. Used to make maximum, I mean, it was a small alcove. It wasn't a big saloon. So 2 saloon separated, and there was a little alcove. It was for 42 people, 45 people sometimes, 2 sittings. Sunday lunch, Sunday roast did took very well. Of course, French style leg of lamb, it was my specialty. And the people wondering, they was reading in the magazine as well, because the newspaper and the magazine, we put some advert too about my biography and things like that. This is the lad from Northampton who work in Chain Walk Club. He is opening his own and the people wanted to ask every time the season comes or the new month comes, what is your specialty this month? What are we gonna? Can you do me some special parties? Ladies wanted especially. Of course, I said we can do it, but not the weekends. Weekends you are busy. But every Wednesday, we said everybody, every Wednesday you can book, and for celebration, for birthday, anything like that. So it was doing very well. Of course, kitchen was small. And I was doing everything a la carte, and it was tiring. Of course, it was tiring, and my wife sometimes, especially weekends, she was coming to help as well to the cashier, and she was taking the order. I mean, this business, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you expect to get customer, you don't get customer. Sometimes you are sure you are going to do a quiet evening, you get full house. Say, for example, if you have a 25-seater restaurant, everybody comes and everybody arrives in same times without booking. Of course, we always ask people to make a reservation, but some of them, they're just walking. And the 6 people walking, you are going to say, "Yo, did you book?" Even you are full, you will arrange some things. This is the art. You can't refuse it. If you refuse it, you never come back. Of course, in the same times, you have to be ready. You have to get your mise en place. We keep saying the mise en place. Things in its place for everything, mise en place. And sauce, stocks. And the French cuisine is like that. It's not like a steakhouse. Every condiment in the packets, and you grill it. Bonfile or steak, boom. Another grill was jacket potatoes, boom. Plus, we had this. Always I was changing my menu. It is steak. I used to have a different name of potatoes, like a dolphin potatoes and gratine potatoes. Of course, this is exciting the people. And English people love cauliflower, love broccoli. Always with some sauce. And plus, dessert. Dessert is something else. I mean, I was making my own cake because as I said, I used to help pastry chef, but I didn't know anything, the basic things, sponge and everything. My uncle, it was not my uncle, I mean, my wife's uncle came. He's a Polish guy. He was a retired pastry chef. He teach me proper make a sponge cake and chocolate one, plain one, and everything like that. And we tried it and we cook it in our oven. And for the filling, he showed me how to make a inside the filling meringue. Italian meringue is very important. Most of the people, pastry shop, they make a ready artificial filling. But Italian meringue is most sophisticated taste. And normally, if you put in the middle margarine, some people put margarine and put some liquor and some condiment inside, liquor and some color. But when you put it in the fridge, it gets solid. I mean, if you put the margarine and the butter in the fridge, what happens? It gets harder. So if you cut your cake and you eat it, it sticks to your mouth, to your teeth. So he taught me that. I used to make my own meringue and add artificial, add the different color, cherry paste inside, strawberries inside, and pistachio nuts. It was my favorite. Dry raisins, soak in the brandy, and they add and cover it with chocolate. And with the pipe, I used to make little stars. Boom. So in the fridge it stays, and it doesn't get hard inside. Of course, sometimes in one evening, boom, it goes. So you need to have another one. And you need to have another cake ready. So the extra cakes I used to buy only Saturdays from the decent pastry shop. I tried first and it was all right. And I didn't go for crepes, crepe Suzette, things like that, flambe dishes. But if on request, I said, give me it advance warning, then I will make you some crepe, because crepe is very popular. You add some ice cream inside, some fruit bread, you cover it, and you cover with caramel sauce. And you pour some cream, especially for birthdays occasions, they ask. And it was okay, it was doing, I mean, we are selling some wine as well. Of course, I had to stock up some wine as well. And there I made some mistakes. I over-ordered some, because the wine merchant told me, look, I can send you only 2 cases, minimum 6 cases. One case, 12 bottles, and it must be different from every region. The French wine industry is dominating whole, not Europe, whole world. they are sending to England. Of course, English, they don't have their own wine. They drink beer. But with the meal, it's a fashion to have a wine. For the steak, you get the red wine. For the crab, you need the sherry or sweet wine, but chill one. Because my people, they were coming, they were hardly have any beer. I mean, if they want to drink a beer, they can go to a pub. Everywhere was pub. And the pub also is my big concurrent. Because they have a pub grab there. Special lunchtime. And sometimes in the evening, they have a cold meal, cold snacks, sandwiches. Some people, they go there, but my followers, they were decent people. They will travel, they get money. For example, sometimes one evening I found one fish, mackerel. I make a Turkish style, plaki mackerel. And I like myself as well. So I had a half a dozen. I mean, I have salmon, of course. Salmon, always I had salmon. One of the main course was salmon. Salmon with Hollandaise, poached salmon with Hollandaise sauce. It's very good. With boiled potatoes and gofret potatoes. It was doing well. Anyway, I did only 6 portions. And now and again I was having my own. And one rich couple came. It was Wednesday evening, and it was quiet. And I was doing what to do, and this couple came. Boom. Okay. And checked the menu and asked me. I came and says, what do you got? I mean, I got 12 items in the a la carte. And he says to me, what else? I said, I made some poached trout. No, there's what you call it? Sea bass. Would you like it? He said, any sauce? Yes, Hollandaise sauce. Oh, I say again. I serve it. Both had 2 portions. Says, thank you very much. And they took 2 with them. So all gone. I mean, restaurant business is like that. Sometimes you prepare everything ready, nobody comes, or they come and nobody touch it. They all go for a quick meal. I mean, a restaurant a la carte means you are not in hurry. Some people understand that. Some people, especially in the business, in the lunchtime business. I mean, you put a braised steak a la flamande with onion, everything, and nice mashed potatoes next to it with gravy, because every time, I said gravy, I like it. And it says a la carte. You ask for a flat steak, pepper steak. It takes time, of course, it's not ready. So when he comes, I wanted to. He said rare. He doesn't know rare. He said it's too rare. Cook me again. Of course, it takes time. Plus, he got funny. I mean, he says, things like that, happen in your own business. It is not fast food. Anyway, we made the publicities. Everybody happy. Everybody wants to know me. So we said we go for a newspaper for a reportage. Introduction to the people officially. And Christmas time is coming nicely. And we had this picture. It was a long time ago, yeah? Napoleon's Bistro. We didn't change the name. Of course, as a decoration, my wife bought big picture of crowning of Napoleon. We put on the wall, and I made this research because I love food history. I got all these books, library, and the repertoire of the la cuisine, and food history. So you have to, and I always keep them. I started like that. I built up so many books there. What Napoleon's liked it most. So it was famous Napoleon's dish, veal à la marengo. So when they, they use Napoleon a lot of for going harassing other nations, and we went to North Italy during his high lifestyle. He was very popular that time, and took his army and staged there, ready to fight. And of course, army wanted the food, so his chefs went everywhere to get some ingredient to cook to feed the army. So they had the veal there. The chef made the veal stew with pearl onion and the mushroom, whatever they find the mushroom. We are making with the normal button mushroom, but usually you can put a morel inside, morel mushroom. Any local mushroom tastes nice and with perfume. And some people put bacon, but I don't put bacon. And also add the egg, fried egg on top of it. When you make your own menu, last time you crack the egg in the hot oil. So it's like it become a poached, but in the oil, hot oil. Of course, tomatoes. I used to make smoked tomatoes to make extra dishes. So it was my own Napoleon's Bistro. And what the Napoleon wants, what Napoleon dishes, it was this gimmick. And some evening during the week, I mean weekends, I used to ask people, what's Napoleon's prepared tonight for us? So any leftover or any specialty? The restaurant business is like that, ladies and gentlemen. When you say something, it is written in the small print. The people ask, you said the bacon, why there is no bacon? You said you put the morel mushroom, why there is no morel mushroom? It's not like in Turkey these days. Still, they are underestimating the customer establishments. If he says artichoke salad, there is no artichoke in it, or hardly any. The rest is lettuces and herbs. Not any presentation. I want to see artichoke. Or he makes one artichoke dish. He says with peas and Hollandaise sauce. hardly any Hollandaise sauce. Because the artichoke with Hollandaise sauce and petit pois, peas, and little mushroom is big delicatessen. These kind of things. And what is it behind it? There is no chefs preparing it, or the owner ignore. They are not gourmet. So I'm really worried about the future of the. I mean, a la carte, okay, it should be expensive, but it must be value for money. And what you pay for the ingredient is being given to you. The dish's specialty, they say. Of course, this eating business is kind of art. Unfortunately, in Turkey, still we have this hors d'oeuvre, filling ourselves with hors d'oeuvre. When it comes to the main course, they don't get. Just for us, for the Turkish people, hors d'oeuvres, especially the assorted hors d'oeuvre, more assorted hors d'oeuvre is the restaurant is good. Doesn't matter the main course. If the main course come cold, if the main course come hot, because they fill themselves with the hors d'oeuvres. Unfortunately, yes. For the next time, I have a new plans. I'm going to talk about the techniques. I'm going to not techniques. Food specialist names. Répertoire de la cuisine. I'm going to start talking. I hope I'm going to give some extra acknowledgement for all kitchen enthusiasts, food enthusiasts. Because we mustn't let those people to dominate us. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.